So the 10,000 calorie challenge is a very popular one on YouTube, and well, if you haven't guessed already, today is my attempt at the challenge. Starting the day off weighing in at 79.2 kilograms, since I'm more than likely going to gain a fair bit of weight by the end of this challenge, and it'll be interesting to see how much weight I actually gain, as well as tracking how much this challenge is costing me, so stick around to the end of the video to find them out. As for how I'm going to consume this many calories in such a short amount of time, junk food is obviously going to be the key, which means it's very unlikely I'll be able to continue to eat clean during this challenge, so the cut that I started a couple weeks ago is going to have to go on pause for a bit, I think. So for breakfast, starting off strong, 6 chocolate crepes and 2 bananas, which adds up nicely to over 1,000 calories. Next, after a quick trip to the shop nearby, I figured some chocolate as well as some sweets will add in for some extra calories before I get too deep into the challenge. So considering those are meant to be just snacks, it adds on a fair bit of calories, over 1,200 calories between the two of them. So I'd say the challenge is going rather well so far. So after a couple of hours, I figured it was time for an actual meal, if you can call McDonald's actual food, that is. So I grabbed a big tasty meal, as well as some chips, a milkshake, and a cheeseburger on the side. Alright, chips down, big tasty left, cheeseburger, still making my way through the drink. And after destroying that McDonald's, that gets me up to about 4,200 calories so far in the day, which means I still have over half of the amount of calories left to complete this challenge. But luckily, I went to the shop earlier, got myself a dessert, which will go nicely after finishing the McDonald's, a good old Ben & Jerry's ice cream, which I'm sure, as most of you know, is quite high in calories as it is. But after all that food, that still only gets me to about halfway through the challenge. So now it's time for my secret weapon, which of course is going to be more fast food, this time with Domino's. But what most of you might not know is actually the big garlic and herb sauce dip that you can get with your pizzas has an ungodly amount of calories in on its own. So that, in combination with a large stuffed crust pizza and 8 chicken wings, if I can manage to consume all of that, that'll put me just below or just about at 10,000 calories, and then I'm on the home stretch. But the more food I had, I was thinking maybe attempting this challenge right after I stopped the bulk and just started my cuts may have been one of the more stupider ideas I've done. And I'm not typically someone who makes excuses, because during the bulk I was managed to eat about 5,000 to 6,000 calories by accident on some days. And the more I ate, the more I realised perhaps that maybe my stomach had shrunken a little bit since I'm restricting my caloric intake as of recent. And I was getting to the point where I was about reaching my limit, which leaving myself with 2 options really. Either throwing up and making more room, which would definitely be cheating, or accept defeat on this one. So as you probably expect, I accepted defeat on this one. But next time I go on the bulk, I'm going to have to redeem myself. So if you want to see that, make sure you subscribed for the eventual next time I attempt this challenge. And as for how many calories I actually managed to consume in total, I'll leave that on the screen for you guys. As well as how much weight I gained during the challenge was only 1.5 kilograms, not as much as I would have expected. But for the real damage of the video, how much it all cost me, after adding it all up, considering I've had 2 takeaways as well, £53.38. So you best believe next time I attempt this challenge, there's no way I'm failing and having it cost me over 100 quid. Anyways, that's the end of the video. Make sure you subscribed, and I'll see you guys in the next video.